Yo, what's up, everybody?
Movie.
Thank you guys for tuning into the Nick and Mal Show. It's
Nick and Mal Show.
Nick and Mal. We calling you Mal from now. I am Nick Johnson, one half of the Nick and Mal Show.
I'm saying I'm Mal Guala.
Mal
The other half of the Nick and Mal.
I mean
the Nick and Mal Show.
I think it's Mal Guala though.
Mal Guala though?
Yeah, because I think your nickname goes in between, like Nicholas Big Dick Nick Johnson is how they would call me. Come on, you know how they call me.
I dare heard that though. I dare heard someone call you that before.
Why do you think?
But it was a dude though. I forgot his name.
Come on, Jeffree Star.
Yeah,
I'm the new Yeezy. Yo, by the way, shout out to all the beautiful black women out there. I feel like we never gave y'all a shout out before.
Big shout out to all the beautiful black women out there.
All the strong, intelligent, and determined black women out there. We love you. We support you.
Just a little bit of milk.
No, I don't want you with no milk. I mean, I don't mind a little bit of milk.
Come on.
But I want you with all milk. What Malcolm is referring to, I was on social media, right? And I'm watching this video, and there's this beautiful black stallion. Is the only way I could explain to her. She's just professing her love for black men. So Malcolm wouldn't be included in that. But she was saying like, yo, I just love black men so much. You guys are sexy. You guys are beautiful. She was like, you guys are like a cup of coffee with just a little bit of milk in it. And I thought that was a little bit racist or a little bit colorist. Because what if you were a brother with no milk in your coffee?
Yeah.
What if you? Nah, I'm saying though, like she's singling out a specific type of men that she like, but she's trying to put it under the guise of just black men.
Nah, she definitely is doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe she had bad experience with the men that didn't have no milk. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they got too much.
Too much.
Maybe they don't.
Like they coffee too strong.
Coffee too strong.
Yeah.
Really strong. Like grabbing her. Like, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, bitch. Do something stupid, bitch. Like that.
Wait, is this what you say dark skinned men do? Yo, let's get off of this topic. I think our country is going to have a civil war. And I don't say that. You clapping for that?
I want to see it, bro.
Really?
Let the revolution will be televised.
Who said that? Malcolm X?
Malcolm X.
I don't think you want to see that. I don't think we want to see that. I was watching a video with this military guy, and he was like, bro, because remember the picture I sent you with the, they have a bunch of National Guards, military soldiers in the Capitol building right now, preparing for what's going to happen on Joe Biden's inauguration, which is in probably less than a week now. Mm-hmm. And the guy was saying like, yo, I was in the military myself. I've served in war. One thing, and I've never thought about this, and this is why the National Guards and them are so reluctant to send people to like, when you're having domestic threats, because those military soldiers, they're not trained to kill the Americans. That's never a part of their indoctrination. That's never a part of the training they receive. It's always to kill the enemy. And to kill an enemy is very easy for them because it's an enemy. But how do you view it when you might be killing Americans that might share view? And this is what's even fucked up. They might share similar views to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what but then they gonna get killed. That's how it's gonna be.
Killed or be killed.
Yeah, that's the situation. And kill or be killed. At the end of the day, kill or be killed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna shoot the brother right next to you, because the person next to you gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
And then they gonna go back shooting people. But bro, the numbers don't even add up for it to even happen. It's not like the American Civil War. The numbers is not gonna add up. There's no way possible. There's more far right militia than there is that we have military wise. There's no way possible.
Well, that's not what a civil war is. I think, I see what you're saying.
Because it's going to be the National Guard versus the people. It's not going to be black versus white. Or I'm sorry for the colorism. It's not going to be Democratic views with guns versus Republican views with guns. It's going to be the far right or any people that feel like the whole situation went left, which it did, and they're going to have to go against the National Guard or the whole military, U.S. military. Now I understand where that gentleman definitely is coming from, but the situation is kill or be killed.
But let me ask you a question. You said...
Yo, shout out to JD for that.
I don't even know where Brownsville is at. Brownsville dirty as hell. I've never been there, but that's what I heard. I'm sorry. you said there's not enough people for them to win, but winning is not like when we talk about war from a human standpoint, we don't worry about who won. You worry about that those men might not. They're definitely not going to be able to take over the army, but they could put down 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5, 10, 20,000 bodies.
Cap. With tanks?
Cap. What do you mean with tanks?
It's the U.S. military. What do you think they're gonna have coming? You think it's just gonna be the national? It's gonna be. It's not. It's not coming like that no more. Y'all really want to wild out? All right, we bringing the big boys out.
So you don't think
what person with anybody that has a visual of the whole presidential going wrong, right? And believing in MAGA, believing in Trump that he should be in president, everything been cheated. Who got a tank and how many tanks they got, Nick?
I don't know. Maybe they don't have any tanks. So you think no one's gonna die because they don't have tanks?
No. Numbers. I think the numbers aren't gonna be in the thousands, and I don't think that it's gonna affect.
And I think you're
the
only
U.S. military.
I think you're only assuming if these militia groups start waging war on America, they're only gonna attack military guards.
Oh, because I'm thinking we're talking about them coming down to Washington D.C.
Well,
and going to the Capitol.
They're not only gonna be shooting at guards; they're gonna be shooting at everybody that is not with what they're doing. I don't think. Maybe that's a war against crime and they would get violated. Well, and by the way, none of this is right.
No, that's a fact.
But let's stop talking about the logistics. I want to talk about it like this, right? When we were all on the face of this earth, you had Africa, you had Europe, you had North America, South America, and we all had people native to those places. There was no war. Maybe there was a little bit of infighting, right? There's a little bit of infighting amongst the land and stuff like that, but it was nothing like a world war. We found a way to get involved in trade, created the print press where we were able to communicate with everyone around the world, and now Germany is looking at what America is doing. It's like, yo, I don't like what they're doing. I don't like their culture, right? They're disrespecting Islam. Like, you guys don't follow our culture, and then tensions start building because now people from all edges of the earth who do not agree with each other's culture. I honestly, bro, we all don't agree with the other person's culture, but that's why it's our culture. That's why I live in my country and I live by my rules. Right? I think there's a country in Africa which the barrier to becoming a man is giving fellatio to another man.
What you mean by fellatio?
A blowjob.
Fellatio.
Neck. And they don't look at it as pedophilia. I mean, it definitely is.
We going to war for that.
But they don't believe that. This is what they do. I say that to say this, all of our cultures is different. But when you bring everyone to the table and everyone can see what everyone is doing, naturally people are going to get mad. Naturally people are going to get angry. And what did the invention of traveling and ships and planes and media bring to the world? It brought world wars. It brought countries beefing against each other. Now we look at the invention of social media. I'm sorry to say this, but the fighting that's going on in social media right now, social media is in its infancy. There's no stopping it. There is no stopping the fighting. Bro, people want to get mad. We do not have the same culture. I'm going to keep going back to culture. We don't have the same culture. So when a guy from Texas wakes up and he sees a motherfucker that lives in the 7th floor in a building on Manhattan shitting on the way he lives his life, he's going to be like, yo, what the fuck? This shit down here don't got nothing to do with you, bruh. And 10 years ago, you didn't know what I was doing. Right? Y'all thought we was fucking our nieces and shit. Psych, motherfucker. I'm fucking my sister. You feel me?
Nah.
But I'm saying they didn't know what each other was doing.
Yeah.
Now with social media, we all know what each other are doing. And what does that bring? That brings hate. It brings envy. It brings we're doing it right and you guys are doing it wrong. You guys should not have guns. Like, people from New York who are anti-gun and want to tell someone from Texas they shouldn't have open carry is idiotic. Because you don't know what, bro, they do not have NYPD around the block 24/7.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And in the same way, someone from the South trying to tell a middle-class woman that lives in New York City how to live her life, it's idiotic. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
I like how you talking to him.
Like there's never going to be an agreement.
Never.
So we have social media and we're all in each other's lives and we wake up in the morning and we see what they're doing and we get angry. And I think it's just going to continue to elevate. like just like America's like, wait, China's trying to take over Japan? Nah, fuck that shit. We going in. 1,000 years before, you don't know what the fuck China is doing. So guess what? There's no beef over it.
Wait, you saying China going to Japan? Is that some recent shit?
No. I'm just saying. No, I'm speaking about historical, like how the World War started. Like just, I'm not a history major.
Yeah, because you said some wacky shit.
What I'm saying is, before we were able to communicate, before we started traveling and knowing what other people were doing, we were just living our lives on our land. Yeah. And if there was a piece of land next to us that we happened to walk over to or travel, we probably would try to conquer it, right? Because humans are conquerors. Yeah. But when you invented plane travel by boat, and the press and the whole world became connected, now America became concerned with what China or Russia or Germany was doing, and that's how the World War started. Yeah. There wouldn't be a world war if we all weren't communicating and we didn't know what each other were doing.
No, I understand what you're saying, but you did say some wacky shit.
What did I say?
I think because I don't know if China was taking because Japan bombed U.S. So I don't know.
I was just making a random
that's what I was going over. That was some funny shit. But I see what you're saying. So, and then that was the beginning of, everyone coming together. Now we have social media where people inside of the states, we can know everything what's going on.
Yes.
And we don't want to affect each other. And the way you just broke down social media, now I understand how sick social media really is.
It's sick. It's bad for us because it's only getting worse, right? We're all trying to put all these laws in place to say like, okay, you guys need to tweak it a little bit because somehow we're going to get into this nirvana where none of us are fighting and none of us are quarreling and trying to impose our views on each other. It's never going to happen. Mm-hmm. This is not human nature. Mm-hmm. This is not human nature at all. No. We're very illogical. We are all birthed by women. Every single human being is birthed by women, and we take that from women. We are illogical and we just do shit to do shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's never good. Social media, it's going to continue to rouse shit up until there is a civil war. And I'm not saying this happily. I don't believe this. I just believe, bro, I don't know.
Talk to him.
For example, Jordan Peterson, I was listening to a podcast with Jordan Peterson. He was like, whenever you get into these type of conversations where one group is referring to the other group as they're not humans, that they don't deserve rights, which is how you hear people on the left speak about these right-wing conspiracy theories, QAnon, and the Proud Boys and them. They don't view them as human, bro. I'm telling you right now, you put the lives of a Proud Boys group in the hands of a radical leftist, they could die for all they care. And same thing from the right. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Bro, they really want AOC and Nancy Pelosi and them to die. They hate their guts. When people start viewing other people like that, dangerous shit happens. Dangerous shit. That's what happened in Germany. Right? When the Germans start looking at the fucking Jews like, yo, you guys are ridiculous. You guys control everything. Yo, fuck y'all. We hate y'all. And that's what's brewing right now. And I don't think you could put the toothpaste back in that tube.
No, that's true. Damn, I had some idea. You saying that. Totally lost it. Always losing something. But that's totally true,
It's scary. It's fucking scary as hell, bro. And I don't want a civil war breaker. I don't think... You was joking when we started the conversation, but I don't think any of us is ready for that.
We're not ready for it, but it's social media at the end of the day, like you said, bro. Because I'm thinking it's like, yo, like, what is so bad, right? Because you think like the worst thing possibly for far right would be, like, come on, keep it a buck, Barack Obama as president, right?
We could talk
would
about that
be
too.
The most disrespectful thing to a far right?
They started growing exponentially when Obama was elected president.
Okay, but do you think, like you said, social media probably riled it up because now this is my thought. Everyone wants to play superhero, and when you were speaking, I started thinking. I went and looked up. Shout out to Senator Raphael Warnock, right?
The GOAT.
Shout out to him. But I put his name in, and it was an article about him, and then the next article was about a dude that was going to try and kill him.
Really?
Yes. Why the fuck he trying to kill him? He wants to be a superhero to whatever organization he's set into himself. America disrespected
Wait, he
me.
tried to kill him like after he was elected?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Planning to kill Raphael Warnock.
Was this guy arrested?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There's a picture of him like in court and shit.
He's gonna
like
be
that.
in the Bing for a long time.
Yeah, bro. But you see what's really going on, like, and social media has made it worse because it's like I'm going to be the superhero for this little organization, regardless of the fact. And yet again, we talk about politics. Great information Nick provides to the channel. Great information. I love that Nick brings. And, it makes me open up everything political wise. It makes me get more knowledge. Mm-hmm. This is like part of the reason why I'm not a big fan of politics, because do you see the anger that comes with it? Yeah. And you know me, bro, because like if I see it on Facebook, I'm cutting you off. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Because no matter what it is, it's the trigger words. The trigger. I had seen someone post on Facebook, girl I went to school with, mad because of the new bill Biden is going to sign to give people more money. And the bill, it's Fox that wrote the article, and they're showing that they're speaking. I didn't read the whole thing, but they're speaking how this bill is going to hurt our economy. It's going to do higher interest rates and higher tax. It may do that, but then you could think, what is the other side article saying? So it's just why it's just a whole mess of like, no matter what, nobody's going to sway. No matter what. So you play the middleman, which I like. You know what I'm saying? You just give the people the information.
And this is why we're in danger, because no one is playing the middle, right? And for some reason, and this is why, bro, I am the most pro-black person. Like I hope people understand this, but I don't need to prove myself. I want y'all to understand this. Like, these far-right groups, they feel wrongly. Shout out to King Reed. We was talking about this on the phone yesterday. They wrongly feel like they're also a marginalized group and they're being picked upon just like the same way black people do. And let's not act like on the left there are not radical people who take violence to their own hands. We know during the protests a lot of cops died. I'm not gonna say a lot. I know cops died.
Okay.
Cops were shot while they were sitting in their car, and maybe
at a protest.
The cops were just shot in their car. I don't know if it was at a protest.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. Okay.
But those were clearly it was during the Black Lives Matter protest time. Like it was definitely chalked up to that. All I'm trying to say is, I don't even need an example. Understand that on the left, there's also radical people who take violence to solve their issue. And on the right, there are people who take radical views and violence to solve their issues, which is completely wrong. But I just wish both sides would realize, like, yo, we are both wilding, and yo, we both have a point, and we're both kind of right at the same time.
This is I guess this is what happens when you have two political parties, right?
Yeah, I think that's the danger.
With social media mix involved. You never had social media mix involved with two political parties. Mm-hmm. You understand? So yeah. I guess this is what the fuck you get. You get chaos, and you get a social media civil war, and a real civil war.
And it's just starting. Great way to put it. It's already a social media civil war. Yeah. And this is going to bleed into real life. I was thinking about this, right? When social media just started, bro, it was not a part of our lives. It was just a cool thing. Like, I promise you, and look how we're being programmed. 10 years ago, you go on social media and you see an article, a video, it is not affecting the way you move through life. You just seen something on Facebook, this new cool app. Yeah. Now, this is your life. So when you see a riot or something, you feel personally offended because this is your life now. This is part of your culture. This is part of your brain. And it's only going to continue to become more radical. And by the way, fuck Facebook, fuck all these social media companies that benefited, that profited off of this polarization on the apps. They make money. Politics is the biggest seller on social media. Biggest, right? That's why it's so radical, because they know there's no other way to hook people in emotionally by to play the right versus the left. And social media has benefited off of that. Now, Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey and all these other guys are trying to take their hand out of the pot to say, listen, we had nothing to do with this. It just happened like this on our platform. No. They were a part of it, bro. They were a part of perpetuating it. Now that Trump's not in office anymore, they want to ban him.
But then you go, it could be the algorithms. They
create the algorithms.
Yeah, but you didn't know. Once a robot goes, it goes. Once AI goes, it goes. There ain't no stopping it.
Nah, that's we not. It's not on that level yet, bro. Like they build the algorithms to do what they want to do. It's a reason why when you go on social media, the first thing you see is a fucking when Donald Trump does something. I'm sure that's when you refresh, it's gonna be the first thing on top of your shit.
That's true, but could it be? I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's true.
They control that, bro. It also
could be attention at all costs. Like that's the hottest thing.
Yes,
because they put it out like that, but attention at all costs. Nigga, I need views on my page. I'm going to utilize.
No, I need users on my platform.
Yeah,
I'm putting it on them.
Users gonna be on the platform regardless.
No, that's not true. I mean, there's platforms with no users on it.
No. The main platforms are always gonna have users. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they could increase their market share by having more people on there for longer periods of time.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
They're constantly trying to grow. They're not just Twitter, comfortable.
All right, but Trump already had Twitter, right? Before. So here's the thing. Let's talk about Twitter. Trump had Twitter before, right? Right before he's president. I'm pretty sure. I hope so.
Yeah, he always had Twitter.
Right? So we know a good handful of people that didn't have a smartphone got a smartphone to see Trump tweet.
Okay.
Which is a fact, right?
You didn't know that's a fact?
Yeah. So they see him tweet. Where am I going with this? They see the gentleman tweet, so they go get smartphones. So you think like Twitter was like, yo, gassing his tweets?
1,000%.
Or Donald Trump made that aura around him. Because if Jay-Z goes on Twitter, if Jay-Z goes on IG right now, he's getting 10 million followers first day.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, for example, if Joe Rogan drops an interview and it's not suggested to anyone, it's going to get 1 million views, right? But his interviews usually get 10 million views because then YouTube know it's hot. So now we're going to give it to more people because I know they're going to love it. And then therefore more people are going to be drawn to our platform because they found something they love and something they can indulge for 2 or 3 hours on our platform. So you have to create the mystique and the power behind yourself, but then they're going to push you further because they want more people. They don't only want your fans to tune into you. They want to build you more fans. So those other 10 million people that wasn't on our app anymore have now discovered that Donald Trump is always posting. So now I'm on Twitter to see what Donald Trump is posting and oop, Nike ad. Boop, whatever ad.
But that's good for business.
Yeah.
For any business.
It's great for business, but now don't try to take your hand out the cookie jar and act like you wasn't a part of the problem. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So, yeah, man. Y'all motherfuckers are just as culpable as Donald Trump and everybody else. And I don't want a civil war, but I'm afraid it's too far gone.
I want to see what that shit going to look like because it's going to be televised. We're going to have color. We're going to have a lot of stuff.
But something you said. I wonder what happened when Obama got elected, right? A lot of people, a lot of white supremacist groups or far right groups, they started growing, right? And one thing I realized, I watched a few documentaries on all these different ridiculous groups. It's not white supremacy. I don't even want to call it white supremacy. It's white insecurity. Because they really, the issue behind it all is that these specific people, they do not feel inferior, and that's their issue. They feel like they're being shitted on, so they hide behind this guise of white supremacy, but they're really just insecure that they're being replaced. Look at what they do. Oh, we don't want a black president, right? Because that's a white man's position. We don't want Mexicans coming into the country because they're going to take our jobs.
Which is a cap.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I guess the more people you have, the less jobs you do have. In a very simple number-based way. If you have 1 million jobs and you add another 1 million people, then there are going to be more people that's unemployed.
Yeah, but it's more of a race thing because there's people coming in.
Absolutely. It's an insecurity issue. Yeah, it's an insecurity issue.
Just blame it on someone else. Let's blame it on them. I mean, they probably have the highest numbers coming in, the Hispanics, but they're not taking no one jobs, bro.
No, they are taking jobs.
Yeah, they taking job. I mean, if you have to do that job, that honestly, that you see a Hispanic coming here like in their eyes illegally, you have to do that type of job that they could get from being here illegally.
Yeah. Then
you doing something wrong. Your family been doing something wrong.
But that's why these people are the way they are. Because that's just life for some. That's like saying in Africa, if you broke and you working, like you're not making any money, you're doing something wrong. A lot of times these people just don't have opportunities. Just like in the hood, like a lot of people
everyone got opportunities.
I would disagree with. I'm not saying everyone doesn't have opportunities, but some people, bro, if you grow up in the wrong neighborhood or your family doesn't give you the proper mindset, you might realistically not have a lot of opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. That is it for the show. We have a very special interview coming up for you guys. The Foul Zones are here. We're about to go get the door for them. And
one thing right before we leave.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to give y'all one thing right before we leave. Shout out to Rausch. We got some Rausch Stocks information.
Rausch Stocks.
Yes, sir, right before we dip. So Rausch Stock has informed the Nick and Mal show this week. Shares of social media companies, Facebook, Twitter, Snap, Google are trading lower this week over investor fears that a President Trump ban will lead to lower platform engagement levels and calls for legislative appeal over Section 230, a law which prevents social media platforms from being held liable for harmful user-generated content. Rausch has stated he personally believes President Trump's ban won't impact platform usage, me too, significantly, as social media has become more and more a part of everyday life, which we had talked about earlier in this episode. People wake up and automatically go use social media. So no one will be truly affected by this. This is part of your life now. It's in your DNA. You are your cell phone. You are going to be a cell phone. But however, an appeal of Section 230 could subject the platforms to future lawsuits if they don't monitor content. Example of this will be a hate speech. So if they don't monetize the content effectively, they could definitely deal with a lot of lawsuits. As you see, they definitely banned Farrakhan, Louis Farrakhan from all social media platforms. He was the first gentleman that I know of. Now Trump is getting it right now. Also, under the current rules, social media platforms aren't required to take down hate speech or cyberbullying, but new laws would require that. So, ladies and gentlemen, basically what Raj is saying, there might be a new way of utilizing social media. I thought bullying was a big thing. There was a school program for bullying, and because of social media, people bullying on social media. So I already thought that was taken care of, but it has looked like hate speech and bullying. It's still there, and there might be new laws under Section 230. There might be new appeals to Section 230, I should say. But other than that, if these stocks of Facebook, Twitter, Snap, and Google do drop, they will rise, bro. Like I said before, cell phones, technology, this is part of people's DNA, but that's all we got for Rausch Stocks. Shout out to the Foul Zone family. They in the building. Yes, what's going on? We got them in the stew. Uh-oh. What's going on? What's going on?
Come on, wrap up the episode, man.
Wrap it up. What's going on? How's everything? It's a pleasure. Pops, how's everything?
Everything is great. Wire work over here. Here we got some classes.
Whew. The Foul Zone just stepped in the building. We're going to have to end this episode, and we will see you guys on the Nick Foul Zone and Uncle Jack interview. Bow!
Yep. Ever told on a nigga? Nope. Ever squeezed a trigger? Yep. Ever set a nigga up? Nope. Ever helped a brother out when he was down on his luck? You a sap?